Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today we're going to be doing the polar bear plunge with a pair of jeans. I have not been wearing these Hiroshi Kato Barrels for too long. I only got a few wears in them, but the material is very stiff, and the way that it's just kind of laying on the body, it just looks a little awkward. So I decided that even though they're not uncomfortable to wear, I don't like the way they're laying, so we are going to go ahead and do a cold soak. And it is currently 29 degrees outside. I just filled up a barrel of water outside. This is going to be very, very cold. I think these will be okay for about an hour. The water's not going to freeze that quickly. There's enough in there, so they shouldn't, but we're going to go do a quick cold soak in these, and then we will report back probably in a day or two after they dry, and I do my little break-in technique. So let's go ahead and put my pretty battered hands into some very frigid water outside. Okay, so this water has not been out here too long, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I did fill it from the hose, which is fortunately not frozen, so I was able to do that without having to carry buckets of water outside. We are doing this outside because, yeah, the bathroom is not very well lit. So we're going to go ahead and do it here. We'll just figure out our folding length here. Probably tuck that in just a little bit. All right. It's going to be cold. Oh, yeah. That's a little icy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is so cold. So cold. All right. Just get it all underwater here. All right, it is currently 9:17 a.m. Let's get some of the air bubbles out. And apparently, we also have a crack in my bucket. We are leaking pretty rapidly, so there's actually several cracks in this bucket, so hopefully water will stay in here long enough to get a fairly decent soak. So I guess we will be donating this bucket to Ms. Hazel Fantastic and finding something new for me to do all of my cold soaking in. Okay, whew, as you can see, I almost fell. And we moved the bucket over here because I had it on the sidewalk directly in front of my steps, and since it was leaking, it is freezing and I did not want to slip and fall. But we have enough water still in the container that covered the jeans, and it's actually been nearly 2 hours because I have been working on a project and I forgot about the jeans. So let's, oh, that is cold water, cold water, cold water. All right, this is the part I'm dreading, is the little bit of hand agitation here. Okay, the water itself looked pretty clear initially, but this is where it's gonna show, is when we pick them up. Yeah, you see it getting a little brown and cloudy. That is all of the starch coming out of the material. So again, oh God, so cold, so cold. Oh, I'm not gonna complain next time it's 90 degrees and I'm doing this outside. Oh, my hands are so cold. It's still 35 degrees, but this water's been sitting out here for nearly 2 hours, freezing. Oh, man. All right, I want to do it one more time. I did get more starch out that second time, so it's kind of hand agitate again. Oh, oof. Wow, that is cold. I guess I certainly did a bit of a polar bear plunge myself today, too. All right, that's the best we can do. I can't really take much more of that with my hands. All right. So now that the jeans are out, we get a better look at how much starch came out. And it's not super cloudy. It's not as bad as I thought. You can kind of see it mostly in this little corner here because we have a little bit of the snow in the background that's showing you how white it is. But yeah, it's not really as bad as I had thought it was going to be. I really did think it was going to be much cloudier based upon how stiff they were. It is definitely brackish water, but it's not that bad at all. And none of this is dirt or grime or anything like that. This is all the starches that were in the denim that we just rinsed out. Now, certainly if I ran these through a washing machine, I would get far more than we're seeing here out of them. But, you know, just a quick cold soak, and you can see how red my hands are. If it wasn't that cold, I would certainly be able to agitate by hand a little bit more and probably be able to remove a little bit more of those starches. But all in all, we got a fair amount out. Now we have the arduous task of waiting for them to dry so we can wear them again. Alright, so it has been about 24 full hours, and you can see we have a very stiff pair of jeans here. They are, completely dry, I think. Let's feel the seams. Let's check the waistband. And if we come around back here, you can see we have not experienced any cracking at all on the leather patch. It's still very soft and supple and still red, but we are quite stiff. Now, one thing, that is the water that dripped out of the jeans. So you could see clearly all of that brown, that is starch. That's not dirt. I only wore these things 2 times, and it was just a light day in the office, so I didn't do anything. But that's what was making them so stiff. Right now, these are so stiff because this is denim that was hung dry, so it's incredibly stiff. But that is where the next step comes into play. Okay, so here's the next step. The jeans are turned inside out. They are incredibly stiff. I threw a couple of towels in there already. I'll throw my incredibly stiff jeans in there, and then I'll take another towel or 2. These are just random beach towels and dog towels that we keep by the back door, which are all clean at the moment. Just throw them in there. Turn this to a little below 10 minutes, air dry and no heat, and start her on up. Okay, they've been in here for about 5 minutes or so. Now keep in mind, these are not going to be completely soft and broken in, but these are going to be much softer than they were when they went in. Now, already, I'm holding them like this. Earlier when I was holding them like this, they were basically sticking out straight to about here before they started to fall over. So we went hip or waist to probably below the hip, probably almost to the knee, and they were straight out, and now they are falling like normal jeans. Now laying them out once they are done, you can see we do have a couple of creases. One along here, another big one along here, and a few wrinkles. That is not a crease, that's no abrasion phase, it's simply just a crease from them being soaked. They were there before I threw them in the dryer. They were there from hanging dry. So these will come out though as soon as they kind of finish breaking in, but you can already see they are much softer and more pliable than they were before they went into the dryer. So what I basically did was simulated me wearing them for a little while before I put them on my body, and now they're not fully broken in, but much closer to being broken in. So tomorrow morning we will install these and see if they fit any different than they did pre-cold soak. And there we have it, post cold soak in about mid-afternoon on my lunch break. So I've now worn these for about 5 or 6 hours today to help break them in a little bit further. And I think even though they are still a little bit stiff, because again, I only cold soak them, they are certainly feeling and laying much better on the body. Even if we take a little bit closer look, the bagging out that we did see above and below the knees seems to have evened out, and they are certainly feeling much softer on the skin. Now, if I were to machine wash these, I would have been able to remove basically all of the starches in the denim, and they would be laying much smoother, but that is something that we will do a little bit longer down the line once we have worn these more than a couple of times. But again, that first cold soak did help to remove quite a bit of those starches, making them lay much better on the body, and they do feel much more comfortable to wear. And I don't know how well this is coming up on your device, but all of those long wrinkles that we did get from hanging them to dry have certainly relaxed and come out of the jeans. So as I had suspected, they were a complete non-issue, and now I am much more happy with the fit, feel, and finish of these jeans by simply just doing a cold soak and getting those starches out of the material.